and got 10 right and 10 wrong. So not so bad, but who do we have in the AFC Championship game? Well, it's not like we haven't seen this before. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. And boy, oh boy, it just seems like these two teams, the Pittsburgh Steelers have played in the most AFC Championship games. And the Patriots, this is their 11th championship game in the past 16 years. 16 years or so. So it's nothing new for them. But how did we get here? I think that's how I started last time with the NFC. How did we get here? Well, let's start with the number 1 seed overall. Best record overall in the AFC and the NFL. And look, it's Bill Belichick, who isn't licensed to have his face shown for a few more years, probably. But how did the Patriots get here? Well, they started the season off with none other than Tom Brady accepting his punishment from a year ago, and started the season with a 4-game suspension. But it didn't seem like that was going to stop them. Why? Because with Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett, it was nothing new to them. Patriots in that 4-game span without Tom Brady under helm, they went surprisingly 3-1. To be honest, I think they would have went undefeated, but one of their only 2 losses of the season came in that span, and they were shut out by the Buffalo Bills in Foxborough. And Rex Ryan and company were happier than a clam. Well, that didn't last long for Rex Ryan anyways, but then what happened? The Patriots just went on tear, taking on Cleveland, Cincinnati, and then the Steelers and the Buffalo Bills once again, ending off started 3-1, finishing off before going to the bye 7-1. And they come off the bye, and surprisingly, they got a little rattled and lost to the Seattle Seahawks at Foxborough. So both their losses came at home. We're at home, which is a little surprising. I don't know the last time the Patriots lost 2 games at home, but that's something to say. But after that game, they never looked back. They bounced back against the 49ers, the Jets, the Rams, the Ravens, the Broncos, the Jets, and the Dolphins. They just took it to them and finished the season 14-2, got the first round bye, got to sit back, relax, and more or less almost got a second bye in the divisional round, but had a little hiccup taking on the Houston Texans. They were plus 16 when it came to the spread, and they covered plus 2. Little trouble at first, but they took care of the Texans and finished off with a victory 34-16. But Tom Brady got rattled. Houston got the Tom Brady, and if the Steelers can get to Tom Brady, well, then the Steelers got a chance, especially with those killer bees. So how did the Steelers wind up in Foxborough on Championship Sunday? Well, they kind of had a slow start. They had a slow start here. They got two quality wins starting the season, beating the Redskins and the Bengals. But then they got their first hiccup. It wouldn't be their last hiccup, especially on the road. They got surprisingly beat by their in-state rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, big time, 34-3. They got blanketed practically. But they bounced back the following week, beating up on the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets, just to make them feel better, especially when they're back at home at Heinz Field. But they traveled south to Miami and got rattled again on the road by losing to the Dolphins 30-15. But, well, they would have the last laugh. Then these Patriots came into town. Big Ben Roethlisberger, he was out for the game. Landry Jones stepped in, and it wasn't quite the way that the Steelers were hoping. But surprisingly enough, that was the second loss of a 4-game losing streak. They had the bye. They came back, take on their division rivals, and lose to the Baltimore Ravens, one of the most heated rivalries in all of sports in this day and age. Steelers, Ravens, whew, it just so heated. Just wondering if the Ravens never showed up in Baltimore, if how good the Browns could have been or could be. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they lose. Cowboys come to town, and they just lose in a shootout. But at 4-5, the Steelers decide to say, hey, we're not going to lose again. And the one thing that people don't talk about, like, you know, you hear the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers said when they were 4-6, they think we can run the table, and they did. Well, here, Steelers 4-5. What'd they do? They come out, they beat the Browns. They beat the Colts on Thanksgiving. They take care of the Giants. They take care of the Bills in the snow in Buffalo. They take care of divisional. They finish the season with a 3 games against divisional rivals. At Cincinnati, close one, but beat them. AFC North title on the line. If they beat the Ravens here, they win the North. And what they do? They do. In a close game that the Ravens should have won, but they scored with too much time left. Antonio Brown catches the ball with about 10 seconds left in the game and stopped at the goal line, but all he does is stretches across it, touchdown. They win the North. At that point, they're 10-5. They go on, they host the Browns, and they throw in all their backups. And what happens? They go into overtime, but they find a way to win. They found a way to win. They finish the season 11-5, and the third best record in the AFC. Which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker. So, they finished with the third best record in the AFC. They got playing the wild card round. They missed out on that bye. And who they take on? They took on the team that beat them, that started their 4-game losing streak, the Miami Dolphins. And what happens? Boom. They more or less flip-flop those scores. They win 30-12 thanks to Antonio Brown's 2 50-plus yard catch and runs for touchdowns, and Le'Veon Bell and company and so forth. Okay, so they go on. They head on to take on Kansas City, a team they beat. They thumped at Heinz Field, but they're not the same team on the road. Speaking about same team on the road, and Pittsburgh was moving that ball up and down, up and down, up and down. Get close, but they had to settle for 6 field goals, most in a postseason game, and they get 18 points. Well, what does Kansas City do? They got a field goal in there, but they got 2 touchdowns. Okay. They get a touchdown to pull within 2 points with about 3 minutes left in the game with 2 timeouts. They go for 2 points. They go for a 2-point conversion. What happens? They convert it. Game's tied. But wait. There's a flag on the field. Apparently there was offensive holding, and the Chiefs have to try it again. And what happens? They fail the 2-point conversion. They kick it deep. They use their timeouts, but the Pittsburgh Steelers run out the clock. They get a first down, run out the clock, and now they're here in New England taking on the Patriots. And like I said before, this is the one thing people don't emphasize, that the Steelers And, well, what is it? I think New England has a longer winning streak, I do believe, technically. They haven't lost since week 9. No, they haven't lost since week 11. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They both are on 7-game win streaks. Green Bay had 6-game. So both these teams haven't lost since week 11. Yeah. And no one has talked about the Steelers. Well, they were 4-5 at one point and looked like they were dead in the water. Well, they were playing the AFC North, who was kind of crappy. While in the NFC North, you had Detroit and Minnesota. Minnesota had a great start, but then stumbled. Detroit had a slow start and was thriving. And Green Bay just got hiccups in the middle and just, came out and beat them all out for the North. But like I said, no one's talking about the Steelers. How they had a 4-game losing streak. How they were 4-5 and then haven't lost since week 10. Which just boggles my mind. I know 4-5 doesn't sound as bad as 4-6, but still, it's still on that premise. But going back to that holding penalty, holding, no holding, do you make the call? I mean, I think that's the great debate when you talk about that game. It's like, you more or less have to make that call, but you don't want to. You don't want to see that penalty thrown. And of course, Kansas City's tight end, I forget his name. I gotta look it up. What's his name? And I mean, he's a very controversial tight end. He's a good tight end. Travis, there we go. Travis Keelik. I mean, he got thrown out of the game under the new rule of 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. But he had at least a unsportsmanlike or personal foul penalty. They're about the same in that game against the Steelers. When the play was blown dead, he just knocked somebody over on the Steelers. That's almost a tendency breaker. He really has an attitude problem. And, I wouldn't be too happy. I mean, I don't care how good a player is, but if you got an attitude problem, I don't really want you on my team. I don't care how good you are. I'm just not willing to take that BS from you. And, of course, he expressed himself after the game saying how the referee, who eventually is going to be the referee leading the officiating of Super Bowl 51, how shouldn't have thrown the flag, isn't good enough for Foot Locker and stuff like that. So, but that kind of leads me into my next thing I want to talk about is, I'll get to it in a second, but these two teams, Steelers and Patriots, it's going to be a good one. But I will say, if 6 field goals, who would think 6 field goals would win you a game? You score 2 touchdowns, you would think, good enough to win compared to giving up nothing but field goals, not good enough. And I think the Steelers were the first team the Chiefs were the first team to lose, and the Steelers were the first team to win a game by giving up 2 touchdowns and not scoring one at all and winning. But speaking of the Steelers, we got the one named Antonio Brown. Oh, speaking of headaches. I know I'm pretty sure I talked about Antonio Brown plenty of times throughout the season, especially when it comes to his end zone celebration, his twerking, and this and that, and getting penalized, getting fined, and stuff like that. Now, I got nothing. Like the twerking, it depends on what the touchdown celebration is. To be honest, a few years ago when he jumped on the goalpost, I had no issue with that. The only reason why he got flagged for that is because the guard, security, he spooked the security girl on the other side. And he's very spontaneous. and he's very in the now. And of course, what does he do after the game? He decides to go Facebook Live right after the game inside the locker room and just start celebrating and want to show off to the fans and stuff like that. While around the corner, Mike Tomlin, the cheerleader coach, according to Terry Bradshaw, is just, doing his thing. And he even says in the video, like, we want, stay hush-hush on social media. And here's Antonio Brown not listening, not giving a care in the world because, hey, we won a divisional game. We're going to the AFC Championship. And if we lose the AFC Championship game, they're gonna throw me under the bus because we lost and I'm here promoting. Well, at this time, I don't think he's been fined, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be fined because he violated the social media rules and team rules. Mike Tomlin was not too happy. He goes saying he should know better. He stooped, the stoop penalty. He will be punished. The team will not be punished. And of course, you're thinking, what would this fly in the Patriots locker room? And during media day or the day after, when they got a chance to talk to Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick.
Finally, the defense gets there.
You have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage,
yes,
or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure.
Yeah, for some reason I got him confused with Brian Belichick. But yeah, Bill Belichick. He's like, I'm not on Snapchat or Snapbook or Face Chat or blah blah blah.
The Steelers insert their nickel
just hearing him mixing up. I almost think he did that intentionally, mixing up social medias, because you always heard like Facebook or my book and FaceSpace and stuff like that. It's always funny hearing the old fuddy-duddies mixing up social media sites and just cross-naming. But going back to Tony Brown, like, I got no issue with him doing what he did in the locker room, but airing it live on Facebook, yes, that's a problem. That's an issue. It's like, why are you stupid and selfish at this point in time? You know better. It's like, I don't care if you ignore your coach and stuff like that and celebrating. I'm pretty sure that happens a lot. I've never been in a locker room situation like that. I haven't. But what I know and heard and so forth, I can believe that stuff happening. Okay? So, am I surprised? No, but he should know better. So, I'm pretty sure he's going to get fined. The real thing is, when they said that he's going to be dealt with, the team's not going to be punished, he's going to play this Sunday. But if you really want to punish him, you got to punish the team too. You're going to fine him? You really got to punish the team. And it's like, this is what you get. If we lose, it's your fault. But he's not going to sit out. He might sit out one play, okay? One series, if that. Maybe, we'll put him on punt coverage instead of punt return or kickoff duties and stuff like that. Something stupid. He's not going to get the right punishment in my mind, but it is what it is. So, okay. Some other news floating around that just popped up in the NFL. The Oakland Raiders have officially filed paperwork to relocate to Las Vegas. Be a little disappointed if Oakland loses, but just like the San Diego thing, Oakland's not willing to dish out money to keep the team there. Las Vegas is more than willing to accept them, and I think Al Davis' son has plotted land out in Vegas and willing to build a stadium there, and it'll be fun. I mean, the NHL is getting a hockey team in Vegas, so why not a football team? The Vegas Raiders, I don't think they'll change the name. I mean, Raiders sound good enough. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. I think football can thrive in Las Vegas, especially with all the gambling. it'd be interesting to see how that turns out. But we'll see.
How about the range too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense.
Oh, there's a fun fact. The winner of this game will be the first team to play in their 9th Super Bowl. I suppose. Steelers have won 6 Super Bowls, lost 2, so that's 8. Patriots, they have won 4 and lost 4. Yeah, so while on the other side, the Green Bay Packers, they're going to be playing for, their, they've won 4. They've played in 5. They're looking to play in their 6th Super Bowl, while the Atlanta Falcons are looking to play in their 2nd. So, I mean, well, Green Bay as a franchise, they're veterans to the game. While Atlanta, they're not quite. And, New England and Pittsburgh, ever since the merger, they've been constantly in and out, especially 70s, 90s, and today. But it will be, oh yes, and Tom Brady, 11th start in conference championship games, the most by any quarterback. Only 3 other teams have as many conference championship appearances. Steelers with 16, Niners with 15, and Cowboys with 14. But, oh, what we got here? Ooh, you gotta wrap them up. So what we got? With about a little over a minute left in the first quarter, New England is up 3-0.
Coming off that win over Houston to send them to the AFC Championship game again. Brady, though, we praise him all the time.
Again, yes, again.
I'd probably bench him in the AFC. I really would. I'd bench him.
Yeah, well, I might not bench him.
But this is a fun fact that just boggles my mind. You go back, like I talked in the NFC simulation. You go back to the, even back to the 94 season.
11 appearances overall,
but the 95 season.
That's the essence of Tom Brady right there.
Okay, the AFC Championship game. Going all the way back to the 95 season. You have had only 7 different teams win it since the 95 season. Obviously, it won't change because both the Steelers and the Patriots have played against each other in this game before. Let's see, the last time these two teams met in the championship game, let's see, I know they played, it was what, 04? 04 season, yeah. I don't think they've played each other since. Nope. They play against each other prior. Nope. Nope. But going back to the 95 season, like I was saying, only 7 different AFC teams have made it to the Super Bowl. With the New England Patriots being there the most at, let's see. What did I say before? Tom Brady. Well, Brady's going to be playing in his 11th AFC Championship game, but that's he's been can't do simple math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Patriots have won 6. 7, 8. Oh, I can do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they won 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7. Man, I can't do simple math. They've won 7. Blur. They won 4 with Tom Brady, lost 2 with Tom Brady, and lost 1 with Drew Bledsoe. So they've been there 7 times, okay, since 95. Steelers, Broncos, they've been there 4 times. Steelers have been there 4 times. So right there, that's already 15. And then the Colts have been there twice. The Ravens have been there twice. That's 15, 17, 19. And then the Raiders and Titans have been there once each. So it seems to be the same teams, in and out. But in that meantime, you had the Jets have been to 2 AFC Championship games. The Chargers been to 1. Since then, Raiders have been to 2. Titans have been to 2. Yeah, and then Jets have been to 3. And then Jacksonville has been there twice. But not too many verities compared to the NFC side, who had 13 different teams win the NFC Championship in that same time frame. So almost twice as many as the AFC teams. So question becomes, well, the Jets have been there. The Jaguars have been there. Those are the only 2 teams who haven't won. So that's 7, 8, 9. What about the other 7 teams in the AFC? Where are the Bills? The Bills haven't won a playoff game since what, 90s? 99, if that? But they haven't been to the Super Bowl since they lost 4 straight. Where's Miami? Miami has made the playoffs a couple times, haven't done jack. Okay, let's see. Cincinnati hasn't won a playoff game in years, since the early 90s. Browns, they've been to the playoffs like in 2000, but nowhere since then. Texans, they still haven't reached the AFC Championship game. But Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Tennessee all have one. And then the AFC West, everyone's been there. But KFC, yeah. Kansas City. So Kansas City has been to the AFC Championship game. The last time Kansas City even got that close was the 93 season. So Kansas City, Cleveland, Buffalo, Miami, Houston, Cleveland, Cincinnati. I think I'm still missing one. That's only 7. 9. No, that's 7. That's 7. Yeah, those 7 teams compared to, say Washington, Detroit, and Minnesota, who haven't won an NFC Championship game in that same time frame. So, I mean, AFC's been very consistent in that time frame, and well, they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. No, 10. Let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those. 12 of those Super Bowls. So compared to losing 13 in a row between the years of 84 and 96, kind of hurts. So, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're in there, appearing in their 16th and their AFC Championship, while New England is right behind them in their 13th. Raiders have been to 11, Broncos been to 10, Miami and Indianapolis 7, Bills to 5. Oh. Bills are 4-1. What's the one year they lost the AFC Championship game? It was 2 years before they won 4 in a row. Interesting. They lost to Denver that year, it looks like. No, Cincinnati. But then the Ravens been to 4, Tennessee Titans been to 4,
He's played a pretty clean first
Well, they've been there twice as the Titans, and I think they've been there twice as Houston. Let's see. Yeah, back-to-back years in '78 and '79, lost both years to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, then the Chargers been to 4, and then the Jets been to 4, Cleveland's been to 3, Cincinnati's been to 2. They're perfect. They're the only perfect team in the AFC Championship game. Too bad they can't win a playoff game if their life depended on it. Jacksonville's been to 2, Kansas City's been to 1, and Seattle's been to 1. Well, when they were in the AFC. And then the Texans and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers they started in the AFC, but you know. But every team has made it to the AFC Championship game except for Houston. Just like how Detroit's the only one on the flip side. But let's take a look at some of these matchups. I mean, you got Tom Brady versus Big Ben Roethlisberger. Where, well, obviously they don't go head-to-head. But both quarterbacks are multi-winning Super Bowl quarterbacks. Big Ben has won 2, lost 1. Tom Brady won 4, lost 2. So, I mean, Tom Brady could easily be the most decorated quarterback and NFL player in NFL history. Okay? At least in the Super Bowl era for sure. There's only one guy that has 5 Super Bowl rings. He just got in the Hall of Fame, I do believe. Played for the Niners and Cowboys. But I mean, that's saying a lot. In this day and age, seemingly coming down to the last series in each and every one. So, kickers playing a huge role in the Kansas City-Pittsburgh game. But and Mason Crosby, of course, one of the heroes in that great Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady. Tom Brady had an insane touchdown to interception ratio, but that kind of helps when you have a 4-game suspension. Roethlisberger, he threw for 3,819 yards. Tom Brady, 3,554 yards. Now, I know Big Ben missed a few games, but I mean, Tom Brady wasn't that far behind. And I mean, if I had, and it's insane how old Tom Brady is. It's insane. Ben Roethlisberger threw for 29. Tom Brady, he threw for 28 touchdowns. But only 2 interceptions, and Big Ben threw 13. So that's just a 28-2 ratio is pretty good. But how many passes in between is the question. But I think, if I'm correct, Tom Brady was intercepted twice in the divisional round against Houston. So I mean, all you gotta do is get to Tom Brady, get him riled up. Oh, it's funny seeing Tom Brady throws the ball, and like a split second later, Clowney, tackles Tom Brady, and once he hit the ground, Tom Brady's like, get off of me, and goes up to the ref, like, where's roughing the passer? It's like, I don't see nothing. And it's like, it's a split second after you threw it. There's going to be no roughing the passer. He tacked you around the waist. Now, if you went for your knees or shin or foot when you blew out your ACL back in '08, then okay. That's what the rule says. No, you can't do that. So, but if I had to choose which quarterback I would rather have, it'd be tough, to be all honest. Big Ben's a little more mobile, and he can move Tom Brady, he's old. He's still as good as he was 10 years ago, but he's not quite that mobile. And in all honesty, I almost think I want Ben Roethlisberger, but it's always funny when reading arguments online. It's like, who would you take if you picked anyone other but Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? You're full of shit. It's like, what do you mean that's the obvious answer? You know, maybe, just maybe, Tom Brady is a system quarterback. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't get picked until the 7th round at 199. And he was able to get molded into the quarterback he was, or is today, because of Bill Belichick's system, and whoever coaches the offense and all that. You know, they were able to groom him, and he was able to, you know, mature just right. I mean, don't forget that, you know, he was knocked out or got hurt in the AFC Championship game. Where was it? The 2000 against against the Steelers.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second.
Let's see if I can get some info on that.
He hit his first, this one from 38.
Oh, and the infamous tuck rule.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead to 13-0.
Let's see. The Patriots' storybook season continued as Drew Bledsoe came into the game in the second quarter in place of an Tom Brady, who replaced Bledsoe himself early in the season when he suffered a red blood vessel. Ooh, ouch. And, you know, they end up going on to win that game. And if the Patriots didn't win that game, you know, where would Brady be? Brady was 12 for 18 for 115 yards, while Bledsoe was 10 for 21 for 102 yards and a touchdown. So it was crucial that Bledsoe came in to finish that game, but obviously they went to Brady the following, maybe not the following week. Ooh. Actually, yeah, it was the following week. And, you know, they won on the very last play, you know, field goal. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to decide who I would want in that situation. And, okay, that was 0-1. These teams met back in 0-4, Big Ben's rookie season.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell.
And have they met since? Just those two times in the AFC Championship game? Maybe. But, okay. There's no doubt about when it comes to rushers. If I had to pick a running back, I more or less will go with Le'Veon Bell because he's so versatile. But with LeGarrette Blount, Deion Lewis, and James White for the Patriots, you know, you can't count the Patriots out because those three guys are triple threat. I mean, you saw Deion Lewis have 3 touchdowns 3 different ways in the divisional round. Punt return or kickoff return, rushing and receiving. So I mean, he's deadly anyway, and he didn't play a game since halfway through last season when he got hurt. 1 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 kickoff return as the Patriots, for their 6th year in a row. Damn, I didn't really. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. Yeah, 6 years in a row, these New England Patriots have played in the AFC Championship game. I mean, since 2001, 1, 2, 3, oh no, 11. It should be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And, you know, when they were 3-0, then they didn't lose a championship game until, no, they won. They were 4-0. They didn't. No, they were 3-1 and 4-1, whatever. Burp, burp, burp. Just ignore me. Get to that fun stuff in a little bit more, but I mean, Le'Veon Bell was number 2 in the league rushing. No, he wasn't. Where was Bell? Bell. Bell was 5th. LeGarrette Blount was 8th. Blount was 1161. Bell 1268. 7 touchdowns. 18 rushing touchdowns by Blount. So I mean, Bell's that versatile. He'll wait, sees that hole, and then boom, sprints for that hole. But you know what? I really like LeGarrette Blount. I mean, that's one reason why I picked him on my fantasy team. And he helped me get along. I mean, he had a rough start coming out of college, especially when he decided to punch a fan and or a player from Boise State out after Oregon lost the game to them. But, you know, he played for, drafted by Tampa Bay, had a decent career down there. But he didn't really get his true claim to fame until he went to New England.
6 catches, 108 yards against the Chiefs, and by the way,
let's see.
Tied an NFL record held by
Here we go. LeGarrette Blount. He was originally with Tennessee, then he got picked up by Tampa Bay for 3 seasons. Then was with New England for 1. And that was more or less his best season, I think. In the NFL was with New England that 1 year. He was traded. Finished the season 772 rushing yards and a career high 7 touchdowns. Well, that career high got just a little bit higher. But then in the offseason after that season, he went to Pittsburgh. The 2014 season, he went to Pittsburgh. And Blount and fellow Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell were arrested for marijuana possession. But where was it? Okay. On November 17, 2014, Blount left the game against Tennessee early. Blount was released by the Steelers as a result of his action. Blount finished his short-term tenure with the Steelers, 266 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you know what happened? After he cleared waivers, he signed a 2-year deal with the Patriots. He came back home to New England. And what happened? Well, I mean, he helped them win a Super Bowl. His first game back with New England, 78 yards, 12 carries, and 2 touchdowns in a victory over Detroit. And then in that Super Bowl, 14 for 40 yards, but victory's a victory. And he was suspended in 2015. He was re-signed to a 1-year deal, so we'll see. We'll see if the Patriots keep him after this year, but I think whoever Blount plays for, Blount's a good running back in my mind. Don't care what he's done before and off the field and all that. That's a different story, but that depends on the locker room. They want to deal with that headache. So I feel Blount's a good running back, but Bell, on the other hand, Bell is just all around. So it's running game. I almost would have to go with New England just because they have those three good running backs that can equal the one Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell, once he gets tired, you got to go D'Angelo Williams. And nothing past D'Angelo Williams. He's a great running back too. But there's a reason why he's number 2, not number 1. Receiving purposes, It doesn't. It just seems like Tom Brady throws to no-namers, and they become famous. I mean, they won't have Gronk. They'll have Amendola, they'll have Edelman, and then Martellus Bennett, and whoever else. But who does Pittsburgh have? Antonio Brown. I mean, Antonio Brown's been all is. I mean, besides his flamboyant attitude and in the now moment, he is a great wide receiver. He's a speed demon, and that's something I would love to have. Brown 1284. Let's see if I can. Who was the highest receiver for New England? Julio Edelman 1106. Let's see touchdown purposes. Antonio Brown. He had 12 receiving touchdowns. New England's top receiving Martellus Bennett at 7. So, in all honesty, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who these quarterbacks throw to. They know how to catch. Shy of the first down. So what we got? 13-0 New England with 1:20 left in the first half. So this is a fast-going game. It's a little faster than the NFC side, but it is what it is. And I'm trying to remember who got the ball first. Was it Pittsburgh and New England gets it in the second half? Probably. But we got 2nd and 2. Handoff. Oh, stopped.
Whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining.
Oh, so they called timeout. Okay.
So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
Jeez, combined passing yards. So let's see. Let this game go to halftime. And then we'll take a look some fun facts about the AFC Championship game. I already did my spiel. Ooh, touchdown Pittsburgh. Doing my spiel how the AFC is very more consistent than the NFC. NFC, it's who knows. It seems like the same teams make it in the playoffs though for the NFC, but those teams can't win, and it's any given day. Well, like before then, the NFC was it was the same teams. It was the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Giants, and the Redskins, or something like that. Like those 4 teams in the 70s and 80s, back and forth, with the one team here and there, like the Bears and the Eagles and the Vikings, they would sneak in. But it was always the opposite on the AFC side, but you had like the Steelers, the Raiders, the Dolphins, Cincinnati, everyone but the Houston, who has played in the AFC, who's currently in the AFC right now. Only the Texans have not made it to the AFC Championship game. And who's the only? Let's see if I can find that quick stat real quick. Can't find that real quick stat. Well, let's see. Houston has never been. Kansas City has not won an AFC Championship game, but they've been to the Super Bowl. So I don't know how to rule that.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
I mean, technically, that's one. I'm not going to include Kansas City because Kansas City has made it to the Super Bowl. So Jacksonville, Houston, Cleveland. And I'm not going to count the New York Jets because they made it to the Super Bowl, but they haven't won the AFC Championship game. So 3 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
They come out 5 wide.
Wait.
3 of them to the right side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11.
says this
5
will be
teams.
incomplete.
No, wait, 11. 11, wait, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, only 3 teams haven't won or played in the Super Bowl on the AFC side, while only 1 team, the Detroit Lions, haven't won or played in the Super Bowl on the NFC side. So 4 teams out of a league of 32 teams, 28 of them have made it to the Super Bowl. And only 1 from one conference and 3 from another haven't. So maybe in my lifetime we'll see all 32 teams make it to the Super Bowl. We'll see. Only time will tell. But let's watch these last 40 seconds, go into halftime, then come back with some fun facts about the AFC Championship game. So Patriots call timeout on 2nd and 3. 6-point lead. Close game we got. There's the cheerleader coach, Tom Coughlin. Or Coughlin. Tom Coughlin.
And now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Moving on. Don't feel too stupid, but whoa, yeah. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin. There we go. I don't know why for some reason I've been doing that lately, slipping up his name. So what we got? Brady hits his receiver. They got hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No, they're not hurrying up. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 20. Little surprise. They got 1 timeout. I would think they'd hurry up. So what? They'll probably call timeout before they get to the line of scrimmage.
Comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I've seen that plenty of times, man. Oh, well, 15, 14, 13. Here we go. Brady, plenty of time, and gets rivet, and he drops it.
And we're down to 8 seconds now. LeGarrette Blount was the intended
LeGarrette Blount.
2nd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Okay, 8 seconds left in the first half. New England has a 6-point lead. They're on the drive, though, with 1 timeout. They can throw a deep one, catch it, call timeout, and kick a field goal before halftime, possibly. Man, James Harrison. Oh, which defense? I think I'd rather have Pittsburgh's defense over New England. Oh, they're just going to run the ball. They're just going to run the ball. Yeah, here. Blunt. Stop. And they call timeout. That makes no sense. Oh, Madden, why? Madden, explain to me why the New England Patriots would call a timeout in that situation. Explain to me in great detail. With 4 seconds left, they call timeout, and they run the ball on the previous down. Okay, are they going to run the ball again? And if there's 1 second left, the Patriots going to call, Steelers going to call timeout? Oh, Madden, you give me a headache sometimes.
So this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
Well, they go 3. This Hail Mary type play. He's just going to drop back and then release it right away. Yep. And it's incomplete. Thankfully, we go in the half. That's the end of the half. So watch these highlights. I'll be right back. But 6-point game, New England.
With Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Patriots are winning the turnover battle, but this is still a tight game. The Steelers, to their credit, have not allowed those turnovers to define them and have battled through it so far. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Offense on the field now after the INT. They're going to come away with another sack here. This will go for a loss of 7. Patriots line up at the 8. Bennett's able to get open here. However, he caps off the 7-play drive with a score, pushing the lead to 10. Steelers take over late in the second. Roethlisberger's got a receiver near the sideline, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. Deficit shrinks to 6.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half.
Okay, that was halftime. And who gets it? It looks like New England will get the ball first. So maybe that's why they weren't really in a hurry to score, because they knew they were going to get the ball back. But that's fine and dandy.
Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
So at the 20 up to 25, stopped about the 26, so a decent run back. So we'll see if New England can get out of the gates early and get some more points on that board.
Offense set to take over again. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay.
So, okay, so here, I already doled on the history of the AFC Championship game just a little bit. Of course, the winner of this game will receive the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It's been named after the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs since 1984. Just like how on the MC side, the George S. Hallis, I like to say S, has been rewarded to the NFC champion since 84, yeah. But
6 yards here to go for the offense.
And of course, this is the 45th. 45th? Yes, this is the 45th or 46th.
Shotgun now for Brady.
Oh, whatever. Time it's been played. Anyways.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their
beginning with the 1984-85 season, the winner of the AFC Championship has received the Lamar Hunt Trophy, named after the founder of the AFL. Originally designed, consists of wooden base and sculptured the AFC logo, but it was redone. I don't know which one I like better, the old championship or the new one trophy. The old one's a little more bulkier. The newer one's a little slimmer with the it's not really a football, but a couple rings to make it look like a football. It's a little smaller. Looks like a giant iron, to be honest, but it is what it is. But anyways, ooh, Tiffany and Company, they're the ones that make it. I would love to get my hands on a replica of both those and the Lombardi Trophy, to be all honest, and a couple other replicas, like but that's easier said than done. But anyways, here's some fun facts, fun records for the AFC Championship game. Blunt, why'd you stop and spin? Just keep running. Most victories. There's a 3-way tie for that, but the tie will be broken come this Sunday against these two teams. The Steelers have won 8, the New England Patriots have won 8, and the Denver Broncos have won 8. So just as the Broncos tie the Patriots last year and the Steelers and Patriots, they're going to break that record. Steelers winning in 74, 75, 78, 79, 95, 2005, 2008, and 2010. They're looking for their first AFC Championship and Super Bowl appearance in 6 years. While the Patriots won in 85, 96, 2001, 2003, 2004, 2007, 2011, and 2014. Let's see. No pattern there. But it's kind of irony here. A little bit. If the Steelers would win, because the Broncos won 77, 86, 87, 89, 97, 98, 2013, and 2015. If the Steelers would win, the Patriots won 2014, Broncos won 2015, and Steelers win 2016. Little funny there. No, not really. Anyways, well, if you win some, you lose some. The most losses in the AFC Championship game, well, that's a tie there with 7. The Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now it'll be funny if Steelers lose. Well, they go from being tied for most to having the most losses. So they'd be 8-8 if they lose it come this Sunday. Raiders have lost in 1970, 73, 74. 74. That year sounds familiar. And 75. 77, 1990, and 2000. Well, the Steelers lost in 72, 76. Wow, those Steelers of the 70s could have had 6 championships. 84, 94, 97, 01, and 04. And of course, the Steelers will be appearing in their record-setting 16th AFC Championship game. And, well, I just named all the years besides 2016. You know, 72, 74, 75, 76, 78, 79, 84, 94, 95, 97, 01, 04, 05, 08, 2010, 2016. It's just mind-boggling. Because if you ever look at the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, prior to the merger, people forget this team's been around since the 1930s. They're 83 years old, and prior to 1970, this team did not even exist, in my opinion. They were in the National Football League, but once the merger happened and they went to the AFC, they were lights out. And since since the '69 season, the Steelers have only had 3 different head coaches. Well, let's see if I can find that list of Steeler head coaches.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Come on, Pittsburgh Steelers. No.
But if you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-score game.
I don't want the city of Pittsburgh.
So now here comes
oh, come on.
Team for the 3rd time today. From the left,
why won't
to cut this at a tight angle. And Gostkowski's kick is good.
Oh, Patriots get another 3 points. Oh, come on. I don't care about their offensive coordinators. I don't care about their defensive coordinators. I'll find it. Let's see. No. I'm gonna find this. I need to find how many coaches they had prior to
now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away.
Prior to Chuck Noll. Because I mean, once he became head coach in '69, the rest is history. Steelers winning 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, not once but twice. But then wouldn't see glory again for they won 4 there. They didn't win their 5th one until 2004. But then we're the first team to win 6 Super Bowls. Here we go. This is what I want.
That's not how it works.
Mike Tomlin is the 16th head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So between the years of 1933 and 1968, there were 13 different head coaches. And that's when they started as the Pittsburgh Pirates and later changed their name to the Steelers. But from 69 to 91, that's 22 seasons. They only had one head coach and 4 Super Bowls to go with it. Since then, they've only had 2. So I mean, I can't do quick math, but I mean, they were 3. No, that's number of games played. They won 193 games and lost 148. I would have to say it's almost equivalent to the prior 13 head coaches. But I mean, that's insane. 13 head coaches for the first 35 years. But since then, they've only had 3. But that's enough about the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they win this AFC Championship game and move on to the Super Bowl, I might talk about their history just a little bit. But anyways, back to some of those AFC records. Most consecutive appearances, well, New England Patriots, 6 straight years. 6 straight years. From 2011 to now. That's insane. Unfortunately, they've only won 2 of those. The 2011 and 2014.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
Yep. So they are 2-4 in those games. Most consecutive victories, the Buffalo Bills. What insane. It's hard enough to go to the Super Bowl back-to-back. Oh, excuse me. But it's hard enough to go to 4 straight Super Bowls. And the sad thing is, they could not win a single one of them. But you have to give them credit. You know, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls. They were the best team in the AFC. They proved it for 4 years in a row, but lost to 3 different teams. I'll start with that wide right. Close game against the Giants. They missed it just to the right. Their kicker, who could probably nail it 10 out of 10 times, just missed it that one. And they go lose to the Redskins the following year, and then back-to-back years against the Cowboys. And they were winning against, but I digress a little bit. But those Bills, that's more or less been their glory years in the NFL. Most victories without a loss, the Bengals. They're 2-0 in the AFC Championship game. Most appearances without a win, the New York Jets. I mean, they haven't been there since 2010, but 82, 98, 09, and 2010, they've made it to the Super Bowl. They won the AFL Championship in 69, or I should say in 68, but they haven't won the AFC Championship game. Let's see, most defensive shutouts, Miami. Miami has 2 shutouts. They shut out the Colts in 71, 21-0, and shut out the Jets in 82, 14-0. So, yeah, good for you, Miami. But when's the last time you made it to the Super Bowl? Let's see. Last time Miami played in the AFC. Was it 85? Had to be. Nope. The 92 season. But at least they won 1. Yay! Well, they won 5 actually. But last time they won was 84, and that was with Dan Marino's 2nd season. A little disappointed that Dan Marino only won it once, but lost in the Super Bowl. Then we got most consecutive losses, Raiders, 73, 74, and 75. Well, I know, let's see. 2 of those years were against the Steelers, who did they lose in 73?
The offense operating inside the 10 at the
Miami.
goal. It's first and goal. Only a yard that
They lost to
time,
Miami.
second and goal.
Miami used to be a good team back in the 70s, but dismaled off in the 80s and haven't been to where they once was. Most games hosted, Pittsburgh has hosted the most with 11. 72, 75, 78, 79, 94, 95, 97, 01, 04, 08, and 2010. Was the last time they hosted the AFC Championship game, and the last time they won it too. So, yeah, we'll see. Ooh, what we got? Pittsburgh's knocking on the door. Third and goal at the 7 with 2 minutes left in the third. Down by 9. Interesting. See what they do here real quick. Roethlisberger, playing time, steps up, throws it to his wide open man. No idea who 89 is. Oh, Green, okay. Oh, and there's the Bill Belichick wannabe.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land
Oh,
by
just
sea, right?
nope. But
land,
most numerous matchups. Oh, okay. The most times, three matchups. We had 3 rematches in the championship game. New England, Pittsburgh will be playing in their third. That ties New England and Indianapolis. Cleveland and Denver. That 86, 87, 89 season. Denver went to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years and couldn't win 1. Wow. And then Steelers and Raiders in the early 70s, 74, 75, 76. Raiders won 1 of those. Good for them. They finally got a win over Pittsburgh and won the Super Bowl that year too. Oh, where's the one I'm trying to look for? Yeah. I don't think this one is mentioned the most. Yeah, because 37 to 21, not as good as their first 2 matchups. The drive and the fumble between Denver and Cleveland. Who would have thought that Cleveland had a shot there? At least then the other team from Ohio, they went and won that year. Won the AFC Championship game Cincinnati, but then lost. But like I said, most numerous matchups, Steelers, Patriots. First time they met was 01, then 04. Both times going to New England. This time is the third time a charm. We'll find out. New England, Indianapolis, 03, 06. It felt like they played a lot of times in the playoffs in the early 2000s. With Tom Brady and Peyton Manning rivalry heating up, playing like 15 straight years against each other. Then they wouldn't play against each other until 2014, the infamous Deflategate. Cleveland, Denver, like I said before, they had, I wasn't around for it, I wasn't alive, but I've heard of the fumble and I've heard of the drive where John Elway leads the Broncos down the field for the game-winning touchdown. And the Cleveland Browns, like the following year, fumble the ball. They were going in to win, fumbling the ball on the goal line, and Denver recovers. It's just heartbreaking moments in Cleveland. And now, they're just a laughing stock at the moment. But hey, maybe in a few years, they'll be laughing at us. And then finally, Pittsburgh, Oakland, another great AFC rivalry, especially when it comes to postseason play. Woo. Heated rivalry in the early 70s. Most points scored, 51. 51 points. Bills and Raiders. Back in the 1990 season. Woo. Fewest points scored. Largest margin of victory, 48 points. Yeah, when the Bills, same game, Bills defeat the Raiders 51-3. I mean, that's what I'm hoping Green Bay does against Atlanta, so I can be happy. But I don't see that happening in that game. Fewest points scored, winning team, 10. Low scoring game. It outbeats, whatever. That was the 91 season. The following year,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory,
Bills
but not
destroy
by
the
much,
Raiders
as he's down to
51-3, and then the
48,
following
2
year
yards
they
under
sneak
pickup
by
there.
Denver
He'll be second and
10-7. Wow. They go to their second straight AFC Super Bowl. Woo!
We'll return with more
3
after
quarters
this
down
break.
so far.
You're watching the NFL
16-14
on
New
EA
England.
Sports.
Ooh, we got a good one here. Better than the NFC one. But like I said, you got to tune in and watch and see how that one went.
Back now
See who man liked in that one.
It's been a good one
Just
so
put it
far,
this
just
way, I
a
didn't like the
2-point
result.
game here as we get set
Fewest
for
points
quarter
scored,
number
0.
4.
There's been only 2 shutouts, and the Dolphins delivered it twice. I think there's a few more on the NFC side. Most points scored in losing effort, 34. The 2006 AFC Championship game, New England, Indianapolis. I remember watching that game. That was a thriller at the old RCA Dome.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets it inside the
34.
35, just
Most
shy of
combined
30.
points scored,
73
73 back in the 84 season, 85 championship game. Dolphins, Steelers, 45, Miami, Pittsburgh, 28. Woo! Fewest combined points scored, 14. Miami, 14. New York Jets, nothing in the 82 season. Longest game.
Blunt, the lone running back.
Oh, that
They'll
went.
give it to him here.
I didn't think I knew that one went to overtime.
Lawrence Timmons, the
I gotta
linebacker,
see.
there to get him down.
I gotta get my facts straight here.
They got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
The drive. This one was the drive. The 86 season. Denver 23, Cleveland 20 in overtime. 65 minutes and 38 seconds. How did that one end?
Now Brady throwing on second
And
down.
it's the only AFC game, AFC Championship game to go in overtime. Well, the NFC, well, there's been 5. 5 times the NFC Championship game has gone to overtime, and they've all been thrillers till the end. Let's see. Okay, Cleveland punt on their opening drive in overtime. Elway led the Broncos 60 yards to set up a 33 game-winning field goal. The key play of the drive was a 20-yard completion to Steve Watson on 3rd down and 12 at midfield.
First down following that long gain.
Wow. So, longest AFC Championship game, 65 minutes, 38 seconds, and who wins? Denver, thanks to the drive. Current AFC teams, which have never appeared in the conference championship game, well, that's just Houston. Houston has got to the divisional round several times, just haven't won the divisional round. Current AFC teams which have never won a conference championship, well, Cleveland's 0-3, Houston's 0-0, Jacksonville's 0-2, Jets are 0-4, and Kansas City is 0-1. But on the plus side, the Jets and the Chiefs have both been to the Super Bowl, and you know what? They both won. But that's prior to the AFC Championship game. Oh, come on, LeGarrette Blount. Pound it in. Oh, we got 3rd and goal at the 4. A field goal would help. Let's see. Longest drought without appearing in the AFC Championship game, 26 years. The funny thing is, on the NFC side, it was, I think it was 23. 23 years, and it was both the Lions and the Redskins.
Now Brady surveying the field. Oh, hit as he throws
So it's
there,
so you know,
incomplete.
it'd be funny if both those teams make it to the NFC Championship game the same year. But the Bengals, 26 years and counting. They haven't made it to the AFC Championship game since the 1988 season when they won it last, too, as well. Longest drought without an AFC Championship, 45 years, both the Jets and Chiefs. But like I said, irony, they both been to the Super Bowl, they both been AFL champions, and they both won it. They won the Super Bowl III and Super Bowl IV, the last ones prior to the merger. Largest comeback in AFC Championship game history, 18 points. And that was that 2006-2007 AFC Championship game, 38-34. The Colts come back from down 21-3 to beat the Patriots. Finally in the playoffs. Peyton Manning finally gets his shining moment for the first time over Tom Brady. And the highest attendance game, Los Angeles Raiders versus Seattle Seahawks in the 83 season, 91,444 at the Los Angeles Coliseum, I'm assuming. So, those are some fun stats on the AFC Championship game. When it comes to who I want to win and who I like to win, well, first and foremost, if my beloved Green Bay Packers would get the win over Atlanta, we'll have a rematch in the Super Bowl, either against the Patriots or the Steelers. But if the Atlanta wins, well, it's going to be a first-time meeting in the postseason for whoever it would be between the Steelers and the Patriots. Oh my goodness! Wow, Antonio Brown catch and run right there. Just a nice dime by Big Ben Roethlisberger. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that come this Sunday. Just got past his receiver. Their defender catches the dime and off to the races, and he could just walked in at the 5. But who do I want and who do I like? They're about the same. They're about the same. In all honesty, I think Pittsburgh's going to win. I think Pittsburgh's, they're just like the Packers and just like the Patriots. They're both on winning streaks. Okay. Steelers and Patriots, they're both on a 7-game. They ended the season with a 7-game win streak. They haven't lost since week 10. Okay. Steelers have played one more game, I think, and they're looking for redemption. They're trying to beat the Patriots for the first time in the AFC Championship game. I think the Steelers would win, but you know what? That's not who I'm picking. I'd rather see New England win. Why? Because I want to see Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. We saw this a few years ago at Lambeau, Thanksgiving weekend, and that was a thriller in itself back in 2014. And you know what? We should have saw that in the Super Bowl the same year. But did we? No. Green Bay got robbed thanks to poor officiating, poor playing, and other poor crappy crap that I can blame who I want. Just because I can.
And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points
but
because they were well within range of scoring.
It will be.
They can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
I want to go back to that game.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him.
Last time the Packers. Oh, so get that up. I'll probably go in more detail next time.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
So the incomplete pass brings second down.
Yeah, that was a 26-21 victory. Green Bay over New England.
Brady gonna throw.
That was a great game too. Just before halftime, Rodgers hits Nelson, and they take a 9-point lead at the half, and they never look back. Let's see, Patriots scored again to make it only a 2-point deficit, but Green Bay's field goal, the stout fourth quarter defense. Oh yeah, that's right. Great, their defense stepped up to the plate as I recall, and stopped them. Oh, last time the Packers played the Steelers, that was the 2013 season when Rodgers was hurt and out. And it just seems like the Steelers have always had a better. Have had the better hand of the Packers, at least in the regular season.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think
let's see if I can find it real quick.
If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on
Yeah,
them
that
and
was
make it tough,
Green
that's only
Bay.
gonna help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
That was week 16 back in 2013, and just they fell short, but they stayed alive.
Now Brown. A beautiful fake.
Woo.
A great return there of 22
But
yards.
let's see. Now let's go on the flip side. Where's Atlanta? Okay, Atlanta. Let's see. Last time they played New England was back in 2013. They lost to New England in the Georgia Dome by 7 points. But that was the year they went 4-12 and missed the playoffs. Let's see.
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
Then they played the Steelers in 2014 and they lost by 7. And that was the year, last year then they went 6-10 as well. So that was with their little downtime, but
a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that
oh, we
fast,
got
fast enough that he had no time
10,
to
26.
and set himself to throw the ball. As he tried to
Second
do
and
that,
10.
he was hit and
Steelers got
an
the ball.
incompletion.
They forced New England put.
Over
Ooh.
the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. That catch good
The
for 5.
the
It's third down.
Steelers can take some time off the clock here. That'll help them.
Catches another one.
But
This comes under the heading
so like I
of,
said,
until they stop him, why not go back?
I would love to see a Green Bay New England Super Bowl. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm praying for to happen, so we can see Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady once again, and see if Rodgers can win his second or can Tom Brady make history and win his 5th. So we'll find out for sure come this Sunday. But right now, man likes the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're moving the ball efficiently.
That pickup of a first down,
I think
that's
both
gonna
games
mean
are going to
more
be.
because they really need
I
to
think
stop
both
them
games are
there,
going to be
didn't
some
they?
nail biters. There's going to be some exciting action. Oh, what did I say before? I said the Raiders have filed paperwork for relocation. Sounds like Adrian Peterson, he would love to go stay in Minnesota, but doesn't sound like Minnesota is willing to keep the old guy. Oh, what we got here? Who's heading to Houston? Well, I don't care what you say, NFL.com. Elliot Harrison. I'm pretty sure you picked Dallas to beat Green Bay last week, and how'd that turn out? Oh yeah, he went 3-1 last week. So who did he pick to get wrong? Oh yeah, he picked Dallas to win. Well, that's definitely he got that wrong. Oh, wide open.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Fresh set of downs here.
Oh yes, and I can't believe I missed.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I can't believe I forgot about this. One of the other big news stories is that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has said that he will not go to the AFC Championship game in Foxborough, but instead he's going to Atlanta for the NFC Championship game, for the final game of the Georgia Dome. And, Roger Goodell, he doesn't want to go and see Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Because if they win, they're going to rub it in. But if they win, they're going to see him in 2 weeks later at the Super Bowl. And it's like he doesn't want to hand him the trophy and stuff like this and that. So, I don't know. It's a crazy situation with New England and the commissioner. It's like, first, the commissioner, he was laying down the law. And then New England's like, hey, you can't do that to us. They fight back. And then they win. Then commissioner wins. New England wins. It's just button heads, but they're like buddies. It all goes back to 2007 with was it Tapegate? Spygate. Oh, I knew Tapegate didn't sound right. And Pittsburgh just extends their lead.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. D'Angelo Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
So what? That's 6. They're up by 28.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Woo! Gotta keep that flipping.
Boswell for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point
It's
lead.
good.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
So what we got? We got 5:52 left in the fourth. New England is trailing by 10 points at Foxborough. It's like, what happened? Don't see that too often. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So Tom Brady and company without Gronkowski-less. It hurts. I'll say it hurts the Patriots without having Gronk, but I mean they can win and play without him. They won three games without Tom Brady. How many games did they win without Gronkowski because of the Madden curse? Too soon? Oh, too bad.
This is taken at the 3.
Oh, is it Amendola's up to 25. He gets to the 32-yard line. Yep, 32. So a decent return for Amendola.
And now here comes the Steelers defense once more. They were able
So
to force that 3
Pittsburgh
and
with
out. They went to a
5:46 left is going to
touchdown.
try and
Defense
keep
obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
the Patriots from hinging on their lead.
By getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it down.
So and I think,
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see.
oh, this is a little more realistic.
And the receivers at the line
I
here,
believe
press
this
coverage
outcome at the
defensively.
moment. But Tom Brady, he's got something up his sleeve. You know he's got something up his sleeve.
Brady now
Drops
on
back.
first down.
Under pressure and sacked.
Pressure too much here. He's gonna go down.
Now that seems a little
Stephon
realistic
Tuitt.
for sure, because Tom Brady, he does not have the mobility. And what he said was that a couple years ago or this year, whatever, he wants to play for another 10 seasons. And I think that was 2 years ago. So he wants to play for 8 more seasons, which is, he's like, either if he's not in his 40s, he's like 39. Look that up in a second. But I mean, it would be crazy if he does that and doesn't, falter at all. Because like the last few seasons, has had MVP caliber seasons. But you saw like in Brett Favre's final season, he dwindled down. Last year, Peyton Manning, he missed several games. Oh my! If Tom Brady would get sacked like that more often, yeah, there's no way he'd play until he's 45 or 50. But at least the thing is, at least with Tom Brady, he doesn't have that Brett Favre effect where it's like, I don't know if I'm coming or going. It's like, as far as I know, I'm still playing. I still got a contract. I'm still with the team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm playing. Blah 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 blah. At least he doesn't have the Favre effect, but I mean, I'm trying to think of a few other guys who, like, their final, I don't know about quarterback-wise, but, like, you know when it's time to hang up. Like, oh, jeez. Like, Favre could play until, like, he was, 6 feet under in the ground, but he could not play at that competitive level anymore. He couldn't take the hits, he couldn't, take the bumps. He knew it was time to hang up when, back in 2010, finally, and now he's in the Hall of Fame. First ballot Hall of Famer. But I mean, for Favre, Oh, they go for it and they convert. Far knew. Same thing with Peyton Manning and like only a few quarterbacks. Like, in all honesty, I'm sure John Elway, after winning his second Super Bowl in a row, I'm sure he could have played another season or two, but like, you gotta go out when you're on top. Okay, I really thought Tom Brady was going to hang up his cleats after he won Super Bowl 49, because what's the point? You won your fourth, you're trying to get that fifth, trying to prove everybody wrong, I guess. But Peyton Manning, he didn't look like Peyton Manning last year. And, you know, he did what he could to help the Broncos win Super Bowl 50. What is it now? 2nd and 1? Yeah, 2nd and 1. New England's moving the ball. But, like I said, Madden, it would be nice if Madden gets that hurry up a little more for the CP. Come on. They're down by 10 with 3 minutes left. They'd be hurrying up just a little bit more. And if they don't use a timeout, the real question becomes, do they go for the onside kick or they kick it deep? Well, hits his receiver, Tom Brady's, after being sacked, what, twice on this drive? First 2 plays of this drive, he's been lights out. And, well, they need a field goal. They need 10 points. And if they can get field goal range, the question becomes, do you kick the field goal or you go for it on 4th down? It's like you need 10 points to tie. You're going to need that field goal sooner or later if you're just going for the tie. If you're going for the win, well, then, you know, go for it on 4th down. But some points is better than no points. Oh, incomplete. 2:22 left in the game. Or I should say regulation.
Like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys.
Too much time. All 3 timeouts too. So.
We ask a lot out of these guys.
Oh, they're at Pittsburgh's 38. They'd be looking at a 55-yard field goal if they don't get any closer. Oh, what am I talking about? Of course they get closer. That's probably going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Patriots, they're knocking on the door.
And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when you're wide out,
And looking to say, hey, Pittsburgh, we're not done yet. 2-1, 2-minute warning. So, well, how about this? They kick the field goal, pull within 3. They go for the onside kick, and if they don't recover it, force a 3 and out, use of all their timeouts to get the ball back. It's possible, but I don't quite see that happening.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
New England, I don't think is going to use any of their timeouts. They're going to do hurry up. When I think if there's less than a minute in the game, they'll start using their timeouts.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Woo, 8th play. 1st and 10 at the 24. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 in the back. Brady takes snap, throws it to his running back. It's about 6 yards.
6 yards on the pickup.
They got to hurry up. Time's ticking. Time's a ticking.
Moving quickly to the line.
Brady, under pressure, gets rid of it. Incomplete. Ooh, couldn't hang on to it. In and out of the hands of what? Julius Edelman, the former quarterback turned wideout in college. So 3rd and 4. Now we're getting to that point where they don't convert. They got to kick the field goal to pull within 7. Brady, play action, gets rid of it. There's a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. What is the flag?
This one might be coming back.
Holding on the offense. Wow, that hurts. Yeah, decline it, Pittsburgh. Oh.
Shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely.
So 3rd and 14, backs them up just a little bit.
Shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it?
Wow, that hurts. That hurts. Mike Tomlin, or Tom Coughlin, like I like to call him. So Mike Tomlin, cheerleader, dancing on the sideline with his pom-poms. Oh. And, nearly intercepted. So here comes out the field goal unit. Then the next question becomes, it's always the great question. You got 3 timeouts. It's under 2 minutes, and you're down by a score. Do you go for the onside kick, or do you kick it deep and try to force a 3-and-out? You're trying to force a 3-and-out if you don't recover the onside kick anyways.
In a big spot here, and this will be a 45-yard attempt.
40. Oh. Here we go. Snap, place, kick is up, and it is good. So the real question, like I said, kick it deep or onside kick. All 3 timeouts. You got to go for the onside kick, because you need those timeouts in your back pocket, even if you recover it. $1:31 left in the game. I mean, plenty of time with 3 timeouts. That's only if you get the clock a-rolling. Ooh. Let's see what New England finally decides to do. No, they're run up and kick it deep. A little high floater and takes a knee. So, they need at least 2 first downs. If they, well, let's see what the Killer Bees can do.
If for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good. Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion.
So if Pittsburgh would come out and get first down, New England calls timeout. Game's not over yet. But Pittsburgh gets another first down, Patriots call timeout. That's game. That's more or less game. So New England needs to force a 3-and-out, use up all their timeouts, but then they need to get a touchdown. Roethlisberger under center, hands off the Bell, and Bell is stopped at the 25 timeout. New England. Surprise, surprise, nobody is.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup.
So 2nd and 10, still at the 25-yard line. Patriots use a timeout, hoping to force a 3-and-out. Or it looks like the Steelers are going to go on to Super Bowl 51. Yeah,
and on 2nd and 10 now.
For the most part, I think I'll do one more simulation, and that'll be Super Bowl 51. That's where it all determines if Madden is right or wrong all season long. And stopped again at the 25. Another timeout, New England. Does that mean next week I will recap how Madden has done all year round, go over the games that Madden has got right, got wrong, look at the Super Bowl matchup, how the teams got to where they were, how their seasons went, how they got to where they got, and of course, my Super Bowl pick and who Madden picks. So, we'll see. We'll see. So here we go. Crucial 3rd down. Pittsburgh gets a first down. Game is over. New England stops them, forces a 3-and-out. They'll get the ball back.
Looks like
$1:24 left. Does Pittsburgh run it or do they throw it? It's a handoff to Bell, and Bell is stopped for a gain of 2. And final timeout. So 3-and-out. Patriots did their job. They forced a 3-and-out.
Defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
So $1:20 left. No timeouts remaining on the clock. Or remaining.
Back out onto the field for the defense.
It is 4th and 8. Hey, Steelers, they could fake it. Fake the punt and get the first down. Game's over. Well, or, cost New England muff it. Whatever.
On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Here we go. The snap. And the kicks away.
Boy, it's another boomer.
Amdul gets at the 15, at the 25. He will be stopped at the 31-yard line.
14 on the return. And possession will switch hands.
So,
first and 10.
They need to go 69 yards to pull within one.
But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor.
Now, if
right now,
time expires if they score on the final play, or not even that, another big question becomes, do you go for the win or the tie? And in all honesty, I'd rather go for the win. If you lose by 1 point, you went for the win, you left it on the field. You force overtime, you never know. You may never see that ball. But Brady, playing time, throws it. Oh, hits his receiver. Was that Hogan? 28-yard reception, ball at the 41. Plus, he stepped out of bounds to stop the clock. He gets behind the defender, drags those tippy toes. Woo, look at that toe drag. Something you see a lot in the NFL today, and it's just impressive how receivers can drag those tippy toes across the ground.
The offense lining up first and 10.
So we got first and 10 at the 41. Minute 6 left. One in the backfield, two to the left, two to the right. Brady takes a snap. Play time, hits his receiver. Bennett stays in bounds though, but he gets the first down. But I mean, with a minute left, plenty of time, he can hurry up. Don't need to spike it. Looks like he's going to though. I don't think he needs to spike it. That's just a waste of a down. 49 seconds. Second and 10. I feel like there was plenty of time for him to get to the line, call a play, and snap it. But, you know, this is Madden. Madden's like, oh, we got no timeouts. We got to spike the ball if it's in bounds. So now they lost it down. Okay, to the left, to the right, and one in the backfield with him. Brady takes a snap, throws to his left, hits Ben again. He's short the first down. They got to hurry up. Third and two. 40 seconds and counting. Can't spike it now. Interesting. 3 to the left. Brady hits Blunt. Now you spike it. Now you have to spike it. I almost think you can get another play off. Everyone's huffing and puffing back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have 16 seconds. I thought one more second would tick off the clock, but nope, it did not. $16 seconds. Ball at the 18. 2-10, or second and 10.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
If they get caught in the middle of the field, game is over. I would almost say. They need an end zone. Brady, plenty of time. Under pressure, gets rid of it. Touchdown! Touchdown, New England. Hogan pulls it in. Oh my goodness, with 10 seconds left.
If that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2?
Yeah, there's that question. The great debate. Go for 2 for the win, or you tie it up. And for the most part, most people go for the 1. We'll just kick the 1, tie it, force overtime. But hey, here, Pittsburgh has 10 seconds. They got 3 timeouts.
So now this will be in all likelihood.
Well, Pittsburgh can block it and take it back for 2. Oh, why? Oh my goodness. Why would they ice the kicker? Well, it's not a chip shot anymore for extra points. And I think he has missed 1.
The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and
I would be impressed if he misses or he gets blocked. That would force New England to go for an onside kick. I mean, this is the only reason why they are where they are is because Pittsburgh went for 2 earlier and got it. Because they got that 3-point lead then. Brady's in the huddle. Are they going to go for 2 now? Highly doubt it. Man likes to do that a lot. I'd be impressed if they. Nope. Here we go. The snap, the place, the kick is up, and it is good. 7 plays, 70 yards, a minute 2. Wow, I can't believe we're going to go into overtime. Well, no, that's not true. 2 timeouts, 10 seconds. We'll see. Steelers could take this down the field. Strategically keep an eye on the clock and step out at field goal range and call timeout, or we'll see what happens. I am surprised. Patriots take a risk, kick it deep after their field goal attempt, force a 3 and out. No, take a knee.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Oh my goodness. Who knows how long overtime may take? We might see double overtime. Highly doubt it, but you never know. So 2 timeouts, 10 seconds. We'll see what the Steelers decide to do if they decide to take a knee, try to take 1 shot down the field. Looks like they're going to take a shot down the field. It has to be quick. Nope, hand it off to Bell. Bell, oh! And they called timeout with 5 seconds. Interesting. Interesting. I might have to. We'll see.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
So 5 seconds left. Ball's at their own 37. Game's all knotted up at 29-29. Let's see. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and Bell in the backfield to the right of Roethlisberger. 3 on the line for New England. Here's the rush. Throws it down the left side. It is knocked in the air, and we're going to overtime. So, be right back, though.
So we saw a lot of points. Overtime comes. The defenses, they clamp down.
Rather amazing, isn't it? Because would you have even thought that we'd get to overtime after what we witnessed for 4 quarters?
Not at all.
And have 0 points on either side? Not a chance, right? And somehow it happened. We always talk about making adjustments. Maybe both defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last week. I did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I was trying to go for 3.
Dinner on you, my good
Trying
man.
to go for 3.
Nothing between these 2 teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Now Jones.
Okay, I'm back. So, Patriots get the ball first in the overtime. If they can march down the field, get a touchdown, game's over, which I hate. I had no problem with it when the original rules of overtime, but when they implemented that, oh, hey, you can't win on a field goal anymore, you can get in field goal range and you get the ball first and the other team doesn't, I had no issue with that. But then when you say, hey, let me rephrase this. I had no issue. The original rules of overtime. Game goes into overtime. First team scores wins. Either field goal, touchdown, or safety. On first, if one team gets it and the other team doesn't, well, too bad, so sad. You should have better defense. But now I don't like it where, oh, hey, you get the ball first and you kick a field goal on your opening drive, well, the other team gets a shot. It should be then the same way. Hey, you get a touchdown or a field goal on your opening drive. The other team has a shot to tie it. And then you keep playing till you have a winner.
Your first thought is to think run. In this case,
And
the offense was able to run successfully.
oh, Blunt gets around the outside because there's been now with that new rule, like in the 2014 NFC Championship game, Green Bay, they were able to force overtime after giving up a 16-0 lead. Forced overtime. Seattle got the ball first, and 2-3 plays later, they won the game. Green Bay never saw the ball again. They never had a chance to rebuttal.
It's complete to the tight end Bennett.
Woo!
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
So it just boggles my mind. It just I don't care for the new rules for overtime. I think you gotta get a little more fair. And like what's the best way for overtime in the NFL? Okay. And personally, I like college. But throughout this season, I mentioned I hate tie games. And I think, at least in the regular season, you go to, after 15 minutes, if the game is still tied, after both teams kick the field goal on their opening drives or whatever, and the game's tied after 15 minutes, well, you bring out your non-kickers to kick a extra point. No pressure. Just line them up, have a holder, and you get 3 attempts each, and it turns into a shootout. And I think that would be fun to watch, to see, because everyone says, "Oh, hey, it comes down to the kickers." Well, let's see a 300-pound lineman try to kick a 35-yard field goal. No pressure, right? Well, if he misses and another 300-pound lineman on the other team makes it, well, you just lost the game. So that, or you do what they do in the NCAA in the college rules. Woo! It looks like New England's not going to let Pittsburgh back in this game. Score 17 unanswered points. That'd be interesting. But the NFL really needs to take a look at their overtime rules. They also have to really consider, eliminating ties, in my opinion. Ties, we have to move on from those. The NFL is too good for ties. We want more football anyways. Oh, New England 11 yards away from winning it all. Ooh, excuse me. 11-14 left in the game, or in the first overtime, I should say, and counting. Second and 5 at Pittsburgh's 11. This would be an incredible game. This is a more thriller. This would be a game I'd be willing to watch. Here we go. Hogan in motion. Brady under center. Hands off the Blunt. Blunt is just 2 yards shy. Looks like 3rd and 2 at the 8. Woo, game of inches. If Steelers stop them here, force a field goal, and they'll get the chance to rebuttal. And if they get a touchdown, they win. If they don't get a field goal, game's over. He's gonna run it. They're gonna run it to the left. Oh, Brady heads off the Blunt. Blunt up the middle for 2. 4 yards. 1st and goal at the 4. 10 minutes and counting in the first overtime. It's New England. They're telling the Steelers, hey, you shouldn't have let us back in this game. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm hearing. 1st and goal at the 4. Brady, I wouldn't be surprised to give it back to Blunt. Nope. Brady hits his touchdown. Game is over. New England is heading to Super Bowl 50, according to Madden. Woo! What a thriller at the end. I mean, we had to play 5 quarters of game. Tom Brady and company score 17 unanswered points in the final 2 minutes of the game. 10 points in the regulation. Wow. Wow. So,
For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
There's your final.
Presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
Madden
For more,
picks
check us
New
out
England
at
to head to Super Bowl 50.
EASports.com.
There's your
The
final.
Patriots winners here at
Pittsburgh
home,
29,
as we say
New
so
England
long
35.
from Foxborough.
You got to check out the NFC Championship game to see who New England will be playing in the Super Bowl. So, we'll be back. We'll see how Madden does in a few weeks prior to Super Bowl 51. But until next time, thanks for watching, and see ya.